Well, first of all, let's talk about Butler a little bit. Thad's done a really good job everywhere he's been, and we beat a good Butler team. They're going to continue to grow. They're going to continue to get better. I thought we played extremely hard, and I only say that because that's part of our culture of playing hard, but we were able to do it on day 3. And that says a lot about this team. Just a few nuggets. I thought the young guys came in and played well, gave us great minutes in Breon Pass and LJ and Ernest Ross. And then I thought our veterans took us over the hump. These 2 guys were really, really good. And we've been led all weekend and really all year by Tequavion and Jarkel. And when they didn't have a huge scoring night, I thought they found other ways to affect the game. When you look at Tequavion, he had 5 assists and 1 turnover. And I think they all played on the defensive end. So proud of my team. Great tournament. It always has been. You're fortunate if you can get out of here, with 1 win, 2 is great, and then 3 is over the top. And so I'm excited about our team as we continue to grow, and we'll continue to work and get better. Questions?
Hey, Kevin, not too much earlier tonight, Bill Self mentioned that you guys, in his eyes, were a tournament team. Do you see that in your own program? And also looking at Kansas, what do you think they are at this point in the season?
I love our team. It's not up to me to, I try not to look that far around. Bill can say that. I appreciate him saying that and hope it comes true for us. We're just going to continue to work. And, my job with these guys is to get them locked into the next game. I do think Kansas is a tournament team. I do think Kansas is a national contender. A national championship contender. They got a little bit of everything. And obviously, they've got the culture, they got good players, but I do appreciate Bill saying that. And I do think our team works hard and we're going to continue to get better. But, I've learned just to lock in and be positive and, take it 1 game at a time. And that's what we'll do.
I know, every team, playing 3 games in 3 days is going to get tired to an extent. But when you're looking at Butler as shorthanded as they were with injuries, could you tell even more with them because of that?
Well, everybody's dangerous. I think what sparked me today was I watched Dayton, and BYU, and it was a 23-point lead, and the lead got erased. And so we're all playing on tired legs. And, if you can find a way to get through this, one of the blessings, even though we didn't want to lose to Kansas, one of the good things about it was we were able to play a 10 o'clock game tonight, and we got a little rest. But it's a great tournament because it prepares you for ACC, it prepares you for your conference tournament. But it's tough because you got to play 3 really good teams back to back to back.
And then last for me, Manny Bates obviously played for you for a while. What was it like seeing him again, going up against him?
Yeah, I'm proud of Manny. I mean, Manny's a tremendous kid. He obviously at NC State, he had some unfortunate injuries that obviously slowed him down a little bit. But he's a great kid. He's a really good basketball player.
For both players, kind of curious, what's your takeaway from 3 days here with 2 wins and the loss you had was to the final minute against the reigning national champs?
I would say that we have a really good tournament. Like Coach said, play Kansas really close. Obviously, the whole team was really hyped to play Kansas, and I have a feeling that we played well. Came up short, a couple of points, but me personally, I'm really happy with how we played this tournament. Coming out at 2-1 and going back home, it's a success. I have a feeling, me personally and my whole team, we grow through this tournament and we kind of know how to play with each other better.
Me and the guys are connected on and off the court on a very high level. So us being connected like that really helps us play on the court together, all in one. So all these 3 days playing Kansas close, getting one over Dayton and now today Butler is really good for us and a good test for us later on when we play in the ACC play. So it's definitely good.
Hey guys, this is for both players. Corey Smith with Pack Pride. I wanted to ask both of you. I mean, obviously you come away from this one with some big wins, but how prepared do you feel like you are now for what comes next? Because ACC play starts in just over a week from now. as well as, the grind of what comes in the ACC in the near future?
Playing down here for 3 straight days really prepared us well for ACC play. Of course, we definitely have some work to do still, tighten things up, but this definitely helped us and is definitely going to prepare us for ACC play coming up.
And Corey, we're just impressed that you're back home and that you're still up. So. Yeah, it's fine. See you guys.
Kevin, you talked a little bit about, there's going to be a lot of change with this roster, the turnover, the transfers allowing you to retool a little bit. You played fast, you scored off turnovers. You had 5 players in double figures today. Kind of I imagine you feel really positive coming out of the tournament as far as a foundation for this particular group.
Yeah, I love the team that we put together. I think we hit it really good with the transfer portal, and not so much that we got good players, we got good people, and they also have connected off the court. One of the things I think that really helped us was being able to take a trip to Bahamas in August, and it was able to grow as a team. Every coach's challenge when you have so many transfers is try to figure out how to develop chemistry early. I think we're a little ahead of the curve. We still have a long ways to go in a lot of areas, but we've grown over the last 2 weeks.
The other thing I wanted to ask you was you've lost the Kansas game on day 1, and that's a game that, your guys will circle, a little bit. They can't help but do it. But you came back the next 2 days and, won games where you got control of them and stayed out front. I would imagine that's probably a positive for you in terms of focus after, especially when you're in a 3 days, 3 game kind of scenario.
Yeah, I think the biggest focus is you see the defending national champions in Kansas and you play them tough enough to win and you don't win the game, will there be a letdown the next couple of days? And I didn't think we did. I thought we bounced back and beat 2 good teams by double digits and 2 good programs. And so I learned a lot about my guys, how we respond. Sometimes it's better to learn a lesson through a win. We learned a couple lessons through that loss at Kansas and we build on it.
Hey, Kevin, congrats on the win. I just wanted to ask you about your offense. I know coming into the year, you talked about how well you guys were shooting the 3 this year, and that could be a strength. This tournament, you really haven't shot it well, but you've been efficient offensively. Can you just evaluate overall your half-court play and just the way you've played offense through this tournament?
Well, some of that has to do with, just playing, guys a lot of minutes and playing 3 days in a row. But we also have 2 very efficient post guys. If you look up their stats, they can score the ball. And so, DJ Burns has had a good 2 days where he was really unstoppable in the post. I thought he did some really good things. And so a lot of it was I wanted to, late in games, kind of play through our post guys. And we talked about getting more paint touches instead of settling for threes. When you look at tonight, I think we typically would take anywhere from 25 to 35 3-pointers. We only took 15, and a lot of them because we wanted to establish our post guys. Our post guys tonight took 21 shots. I'm so grateful that he made the shot. I thought the willingness to make the pass was the biggest one, because there are tendencies when when you go through scoring droughts, everybody wants to step up and take the big shot. I thought the pass was just as good as the shot, but it was very important at the time. And, I won't say we got a little tight, but we relied on our defense a little bit. We got a little reckless with the basketball. And once we got our composure, we were able to make some plays.
Thank you, sir. My second question is regards to the 3-day games in 3 days. Obviously, you're preparing for the ACC, but towards the back end in March, if you want to make a deep run, you have to have that type of stamina to compete back to back. Did you like what you saw from your guys in terms of how they, not just the game itself, but how they handled themselves in the build up to the games?
I love it. Our guys conducted themselves as professionals. I thought, we can make an argument that we played really hard for 3 nights, and that's hard to do. And, I love what our guys are building. They're starting to coach each other. They're starting to, reward each other. And I think that's big. And, it's going to help just because you know that you're capable of doing that. And, we used our bench a little bit more tonight than we did in the first couple of games. And I thought that those guys really came in and made the impact for us, a positive impact. We can have balanced scoring. I think everybody knows that we've got a really good set of guards. And then obviously I include Casey in that have been leading us in scoring all year long. But, we wanted to do a better job. We've got some bigs that can really score the ball. And I think our guys are starting to understand that and getting them in positions. It took a while for us to realize that, even though we love to run a lot of ball screens, we got to roll those guys into the post and make sure we play off of them. Also the bigs are willing passers. I mean, you look at DJ, he made a couple backdoor passes, and I thought Dusan was very effective. And so it's really, really balanced when you do have guards scoring and your post guys can score also.